Oh my. I die every night with you. My.
Hey guys, what's up? So obviously I have been gone for like 2 weeks. Sorry. I have to explain myself. First of all, the video that was supposed to come out, I fucked up on editing. Sorry. And you would have been getting half the footage. And then the week after that, I couldn't think of another idea to film. It comes to today's video, which is, if you could read the title, Riverdale Conspiracy Theories Part 2. If you want to know more about Jughead's death, if you want to know about Shoni, if you want to know my instigations about Hal Cooper, stick around. The 3 or 2 Black Hood theories. You gotta know them. Obviously, the first one we know is obviously Hal Cooper. We know this since at least the ending of Part 1 of Season 2. We knew it because Betty and Archie and Sheriff Keller indication that shiz. I don't know what the actual word is for it. Basically, they killed the janitor. Forgot what his name was. Yeah, and that's basically how the first ending went. Then the second one, I like how during Carrie the Musical, someone's sending death threats to get the part of Carrie White to Kevin. But obviously we know who that was. That was definitely Ethel, because Ethel, in the next episode after the Carrie Musical episode, she confessed to it. She said, I never wanted to threaten anybody. I just really wanted the part, blah, blah, blah. We get it, Ethel. So from there, everybody has their terms of who the Black Hood was, are still sticking to the Hal Cooper story. I am still kind of sticking to it, but also not really sticking to it, because if you could see in some of the plays that it played back with the previous episode, which is 221, you see that he confesses up to Alice and Betty that he is the Black Hood. But if you can remember at the beginning where we left off from, Cheryl's getting basically almost murdered by the Black Hood, and the Black Hood, whoever that Black Hood was, got shot, got like bow and arrowed in the arm and like the shoulder area. And Hal wasn't injured because he would have had like a band-aid or something on. He would have had like wounds or scars or something. You can't just like cover that up. You know, you would have to have like a thick band-aid on that to prevent the bleeding. That Black Hood also could have been the Black Hood that killed Chick, or we don't actually know what happened to Chick, but it probably was the other Black Hood, the same one that was trying to kill Cheryl. So there's like a connection to that as well. So my indication who the second Black Hood would be probably Penelope Blossom, because she doesn't really like Riverdale. She doesn't like her daughter very well. It's very clear that she does not like her daughter very well. So that's probably who the other one was that tried to kill Cheryl. But also, it might also be Uncle Claudius, because Uncle Claudius was in the hatred scene type of thing, because he also didn't like Cheryl, didn't like Nana Rose, didn't like Riverdale very well. So you could kind of see like the connections that were happening. And maybe that also has to do with the one that was at the City Hall during the election mayor speech thingamabobber between Hermione and Fred. So probably that's the other Black Hood, and I'm thinking it's still Claudius. But also something I've noticed when it comes to the certain Black Hoods that they have portrayed in the show, you see that they wear something leather and they wear a flannel. I usually go straight, if I have to figure out something, I go for their article of clothing, and they were wearing flannels. Like half of the guys in that show were wearing flannels. Obviously the Serpents do it, because I see F.P. Jones wear flannels and a leather jacket. I've seen that before. But I also noticed that the Black Hood does. So that comes to my third person who I think is the Black Hood, which is Chuck. I think Chuck is still a bad guy in his own mind. I still think he is. And he wears flannels. That's probably the only conclusion I could come to. And yeah.
But my other theory is that maybe it's also Tall Boy. I've seen that in that mix as well. So it could also be Tall Boy, and there is definitely a lot of clues for that.
The next one is Everything and Anything Shoni, or Choni, or however the fuck you pronounce their names together. Obviously, you could see I'm trying to do a Tony Topaz kind of a style. I feel like she has worn space buns before and her hair was pink before, so I decided to do something along like that. And they are so cute together. Cheryl definitely found love, but if you've been around my channel before and you see me do the first one that I did, you know that I predicted that Cheryl was going to date a serpent, because it's even in the thumbnail, so if you want to recap, I think it's around here somewhere, so I'll just insert that clip in here. This one, I know, is going to be great. So, in interviews and in Shane Dawson's video, and I think Rylan Adams' video, Madeleine Petch, who plays Cheryl Blossom, says that Cheryl's gonna get a love interest. Now, I think I know who it's gonna be. Number 2, this is far-fetched, but maybe a serpent? Maybe a serpent, cause if you look at the ending of last week's episode, if you look at the ending to the recent episode, then you see that Cheryl is standing with the serpents. And why is she standing with the serpents? Because last time I recall, Cheryl doesn't like the serpents. That's something that's going off in my brain. I don't know about anybody else, so why is she standing with the serpent? So maybe she might end up with a serpent. Who knows? So I kind of predicted a little bit of Shoni. Kind of, just a tad bit. I mean, obviously the writers and producers have, but I kind of did it the first time around. So I obviously see Shoni going farther into this, and I feel like they might move in together. I feel like you've already seen that Cheryl is going to become a serpent. For the trailer for the next episode, which is season finale, you see that Cheryl gets a red serpent jacket, which is what all of us probably wanted, because Cheryl has been in the lonely stages of life with her uncle trying to kill her and her mother sending her to a anti-gay camp. Hello, Sisters of Quiet Mercy, where you at? So basically, Cheryl has found a home, and it is the serpents, and she kind of just fit right in, actually. She just was sitting there at the little meeting before basically Jughead, conclusion with that happens. All the serpents were around. Tony was there, FP, Jughead, and then Cheryl was just sitting there calmly listening to what they had to say. So she fits right in. And I feel like her being a serpent is probably the best thing for her, because she actually has this family that loves her and cares for her. So I feel like I see that moving forward, and I feel like the relationships, might have ups and downs, but you never know, okay? This is the moment that everybody has been waiting for. I've seen so many videos online. I never seen, the Riverdale fandom put out so many videos and so many comments on their Riverdale videos, on their Riverdale's YouTube channel, and so many different videos of edits of people wanting to know if Jughead is really dead. Obviously, if you have seen some videos, you know what I know so far. Obviously, he is the main character, and why would someone kill off the main character? But there's a little backup with that. In one of the comments, I think it was on Riverdale's YouTube channel, that they said, if you look back at Grey's Anatomy, spoiler alert if you have not seen Grey's Anatomy, I don't even watch the show, but I know my mom does, Derek Shepherd was one of the main characters of the show, and so with that being said, he got killed off. Just because he's a main character, he could still get killed off. And if you go back again, you see that also he's the narrator of Riverdale, and he narrates the whole storyline basically of how everything is to go. Plus, if you killed him off, who would really be the narrator? Who do you know that would be the narrator? I can't think of anybody. Maybe, just maybe, they will just illusion us, or make us have miniature heart attacks on Twitter or something, and maybe they'll put someone else's voice at the beginning instead of Jughead's. That way probably they actually would want us to think that he is dead. And also, if you think about it, obviously everybody has known this about the titles that the videos that Riverdale's YouTube channel has came out with. One of them being said that FP carries Jughead's unconscious, why can't I talk today? Body. Unconscious body. And that was a good point made, but also, even though he is unconscious, sis, he looks really messed up. He looks like he just got out of a Ward versus Donald Trump. Like, he looks really, really, really bad. There was pictures that were online. I seen, like, FX makeup kind of done on Cole. Like, one eye was missing. His serpent tattoo was gone off his sleeve from Penny Peabody and the Goonies. He doesn't, I don't know what's going on with Jughead. Literally, Jughead is obviously my favorite character and everybody else's favorite character, but I've seen a lot of people online say, oh, we're gonna stop watching because if Jug's dead, I'm gonna stop watching. Then that's not really a Riverdale fan, in my opinion. If you're a Riverdale fan, if you're truly, truly a Riverdale fan, you would like every character and you would look forward to every character all the time. Just because they don't do certain things doesn't mean they're not fans. But if you're really just wanting to watch one character the whole hour of the show, I don't know what to tell you. And off the show, I follow all their Instagrams, their Snapchats, their Twitters, their YouTube channels. Madeline's YouTube channel is really, really amazing, and I truly do love Madeline, and I love Cole, and I love Lily, and I love KJ, and I love everybody else in that show. I love Camila Mendez. I love everybody in that show, and I look forward to seeing their characters and their true acting methods come to life. Literally, FP's / Skeet's amazing performance when he was carrying his son's unconscious body was amazing. So that was amazing to know. Literally, they probably just wanted to give us a jump scare. But to conclude, everybody, I don't really think he is dead. They probably just jump scared us. Basically, wait a week to see if he's really dead. And he's in the description of the next video and all of that stuff. How I think the storyline is going to go for this episode leading into the next season. Basically waiting us in suspense like they did in the first season onto the second season when Fred got shot at Pops. This is how I think it's going to happen. Jughead is going to be in the hospital the whole episode. Because they never really showed any clips of him in the hospital. You never know if like they rushed to the hospital or anything. You never know what's going to happen in Riverdale. So they probably rushed him to the hospital. He's probably going to be in the hospital bed the whole episode. And at the very ending of the episode, we're going to see how he is, if he's really going to be unconscious for one whole episode onto the next. I don't know, but I also seen a video. It was Madeline's Snapchat or Instagram or something. He's in the final scene, I guess, the final scene of Riverdale. They're all in the school, so I think he's not going to be in the hospital bed for the whole episode, but maybe he will be in the hospital bed because he looks like pretty beat up. And honestly, if there's not a scar on him from any of that stuff that has happened, what? Who does your FX makeup? Literally, my friend Rachel is so talented at FX makeup. She literally gave me, like, she did Smiley on me. That's talent. Whoever does your FX makeup, Rachel, I'm getting you a job at Riverdale, and we're gonna go to Vancouver together, okay? Honestly, it's just, like, bizarre of, like, so many, like, storylines of how Jughead's death could, like, possibly happen and possibly go. So there's so many storylines of how it could actually happen. And also in that trailer for the beginning, the trailer for the last episode, you see it's Betty, Archie, and Veronica, and they're all at a gravestone, and Betty is holding Jughead's beanie. That is really sad, and they're all dressed in funeral wear. But if you really think about it, it's probably a dream sequence of some sort, because that's also what Fred Andrews has done. Like I said, I've seen videos, so I'm just putting that out there. So I think it's probably a dream sequence when Jughead is possibly in the hospital, or just possibly like imagining the stuff which we might see at the beginning of the episode. And plus, if it was really a funeral, don't you think more people would have been there? Like his dad, the serpents, probably people from Riverdale, probably Pop, because probably people, like, probably Pa, probably his sister, probably his mom. Like, if it was really Jughead's funeral, there would be more people there, obviously. You never know, like that could have been a dream sequence, or that could have been really real life. That could be Midge's gravestone, that could have been Andre's gravestone, that could have been Small Fry's, that could have been Fang's. You never know whose gravestone that could have been, because they don't really show that.
Our story's not over. It's just beginning.
My final thoughts for this video: someone might die, and it will not be Jughead, but you never know with Riverdale. We'll find out how Cooper really did this, and we'll find out who all the other Black Hoods were. Probably there 3 or 2, who knows. Somebody may or may not be exposed, I feel like somebody might, be exposed. Someone, obviously, who you never know, might have sex. It could be Varchi, it could be Bughead, it could be Shoni. You never know. And something could happen to Hiram, because we also seen in the endings and all the trailers and stuff that somebody might kill Hiram. I don't know. Somebody said in the comments, I think of Riverdale's YouTube channel, that Hiram might get killed. That would be really sad for Mark Consuelos. I love Mark Consuelos. Like, that would be really bad for him. Well, I hope you guys liked this video. If you were new and you like Riverdale, make sure to subscribe and follow me, because bitch, like, we could be friends and shit. BMV, like, we could be like that. And I love Riverdale so much. Thank you to the CW, and thank you to Netflix, and thank you to the writers of Riverdale for making the show, because this is an amazing show. So, as always, stay strong, don't hate, just love. I heart you guys to infinity and beyond, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye so much. Bye. Oh, and a serpent never sheds their skin. Bye.